Hello students, as we have learned the first lesson, the Mary and the Mouse, as we have read and understood the lesson, Mary and the Mouse, also we have learned about the exercises of the first lesson. This first lesson, Mary and the Mouse, exercises are sent on the YouTube. Also, we have learned a poem, a house. That also it is sent on the YouTube. Today, we are going to learn the second lesson, the fly. So get set to read this lesson with me. Reading helps us to improve our reading skills. So, read aloud with me. Lesson number 2, the fly. Once there was a tiny animal. It had big eyes and shiny wings. This tiny animal got up one morning. It rubbed its eyes, it spread its wings and looked around. The tiny animal said, oh dear, who I am? What is my name? The tiny animal felt sad. It looked up. It saw the sky. Then it looked down. It saw a calf. It flew down to the calf. The tiny animal went near the calf. Dear calf, do you know my name? The calf answered the tiny animal, No, I don't. Ask my mother. She will tell you. So the tiny animal flew to the cow. And the tiny animal said to the cow, Oh, pretty cow, do you know my name? The cow answered the tiny animal, Oh, how could you forget your name? Why don't you ask the woman with the walking stick? The woman said to the tiny animal, Ask the green grass that grows by the river. The green grass said to the tiny animal, Ask the water in the river. The water in the river said, Ask the tall trees. The tall trees said to the tiny animal, Ask the pretty bird in the nest. The bird flapped its wings and said, Don't ask me. I don't know. I only know how to fly. The tiny animal jumped up with joy, and when it heard the word fly, Oh, now I remembered. My name is Fly. My name is Fly. I am a fly. So students, now I will explain to you this lesson. Lesson number 2, the fly. Once there was a tiny animal. It had big eyes and shiny wings. One day, this tiny animal got up early in the morning, rubbed its eyes, and spread its wings and looked around. And she shouted, oh dear, who I am? What is my name? This tiny animal forgot its name. The tiny animal felt very sad because she forgot its name. It looked up, it saw the sky, then it looked down, and there it saw a calf. So the tiny animal flew down and went near the calf. And the tiny animal asked the calf, "Do you know my name?" And the calf answered the tiny animal, "No, I don't. Ask my mother. She will tell you." So the tiny animal went near the cow. And the tiny animal said to the cow, "Oh pretty cow, do you know my name?" And the cow answered the little animal. And the cow said, "Oh, how could you forget your name? Why don't you ask the woman with the walking stick?" So the tiny animal was very sad, and it went near the woman. And the woman said to the tiny animal, "Ask the green grass that grows by the river." So the tiny animal went near the green grass. So the tiny animal asked the green grass, and the green grass answered, "Ask the water in the river." So the tiny animal went very sad near the river, and the water in the river said, "Ask the tall tree." The tall tree said to the tiny animal, "Ask the pretty bird in the nest." So the tiny animal was so sad, so he went here and there to ask about its name, but there was no answer for the little animal. So when the tall tree said to the tiny animal to ask the pretty bird in the nest, so the bird flapped his wings and said to the tiny animal, "Don't ask me. I don't know. I only know how to fly." The bird said to the tiny animal. The bird said, "I only know to fly." When the little animal heard about the word fly, the tiny animal remembered his name. The tiny animal jumped up with joy, and when it heard the word fly, the tiny animal was happy, and in a loud voice, he said, "Oh, now I remembered my name. My name is Fly. My name is Fly. I am a fly." So in this way, the tiny animal remembered its name. So first he went to the calf. Then he went to the cow. Then he went to the woman. Then he went to the green grass. Then he went to the river. Then he went to the tall trees to ask about his name. And at last, when the bird said that it only know how to fly, that time the little animal remembered its name, that it is a fly. So students, this lesson tells us that every person has a name. So anybody calls us by name, we feel happy. So here we have this little animal, when it remembered his name, it was so happy and started to tell everyone about its name. My name is Fly. I am a fly.